We're here with Len Rosenthal of Virtual Instruments at VMworld 2016. Len, can you tell us a little bit about Virtual Instruments?
Yes, so Virtual Instruments is a infrastructure performance analytics company. So what we do is we have hardware and software technologies that help people see inside their data center infrastructure, from the servers to the switches to the storage, with the goal of helping people find performance issues, optimize performance, optimize utilization, and ensure the performance of that infrastructure.
Okay. So what are the products that you offer, and how do you add value to your customers?
So there's kind of two core product sets. So one is around, we call Virtual Wisdom. Virtual Wisdom is a infrastructure performance monitoring technology. So it's essentially used to monitor, again, from the server, from the VM, through the switching network out to the storage arrays and back, to monitor traffic across the infrastructure on a real-time basis and a vendor-independent basis to help people, again, proactively manage the performance, availability, and utilization of their production systems that are running today. The second product is something called Load Dynamics Enterprise, and this is a product that's used in the architecture and engineering side of the business to use for testing and evaluation of new technologies. It's essentially a workload analysis, workload modeling, and workload generation system to help people characterize and capture their workload profiles from their production environment, and then play back those workloads that truly represent their production environment in a test lab to use to help evaluate new products and new technologies, different configurations, to try to align workload performance requirements to purchasing and deployment decisions.
Yeah. Can you tell me why people choose Virtual Instruments, some of the top reasons?
So the top reasons, particularly, I guess I'll talk about the two different sides of the business. So the Virtual Wisdom, it's primarily around risk reduction. So, big companies like our large financial services companies, large telephone, communications, cloud service providers, insurance, retail, they use it because they want to make sure their infrastructure is up and running, and they find problems before users are, affected. So it's proactive performance and availability management. So that's why people use that. And on the load dynamic side, it's really around cost optimization. It's trying to figure out which product, which technology is best for my specific application workloads. Right. Which workloads require flash storage, for example, which ones can be on hybrid. Can I use OpenStack, or can I use Ceph? Is that going to support my workload performance requirements? Right. So we are basically the intelligence that gives them the data to make those decisions.
What do you think your unique selling proposition is?
So the unique selling propositions really come down to really using infrastructure performance analytics to understand the performance characteristics of your environment and having that full end-to-end view. Again, from the VM on the server down to the storage arrays and through the networks, having that visibility, being able to correlate all that data across the infrastructure. Right. To be able to proactively manage the performance and availability and utilization of that infrastructure.
What is your strategy when it comes to finding new customers?
So for finding new customers, one is we go to trade shows like VMworld here, and EMC World is a big one for us. So we always like the face-to-face interactions. Those are always good, and we do a lot of online marketing activities and sponsored content to help people understand what's going on. We do webinars. So we're trying to touch customers in different ways because we know customers consume information and data on different ways. Some are very written, some are very visual, some like podcasts. So we try to touch all customers in different ways to, engage with them and entice them to check out the Virtual Instruments products.
Okay. Can you talk about any new features or product updates that are coming down the road?
So there's a couple new things that are happening to the company. So on the Virtual Wisdom side of the business, we're on Virtual Wisdom we call 4.4 is our current release. We'll be announcing Virtual Wisdom 5.5 actually next month, so in a matter of weeks. So that'll have some exciting new changes in the user interface. Virtual Instruments in general with our monitoring products have been exclusively focused on the fiber channel environment. Now with this new product we'll be going into the IP-based storage space for example, with a NAS technology, so support for NAS systems. So all that is coming, so it dramatically expands our market opportunity.
Okay.
So those are probably the next biggest thing that's happening.
Well, thank you very much, Len Rosenthal of Virtual Instruments.
Thank you, David. I appreciate it.
It's good. Really good. Thank you.
Good.
Excellent.
Okay.